What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ilias, I'm a photographer located in Athens, Greece, and in this video we're going to be critiquing your own work. I asked you last week to send me your best photos, or at least some of your best photos, in order for me to critique them, in order to see what you can do better, what you're doing really bad, what you're doing really good. And I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I feel about your image. So this is going to be a harsh critique. I hope you guys don't get mad at me, and let me know down below about any feedback about this type of content, because I think I'm going to really enjoy this. Also, before we start the video, I noticed that a really small percent of my viewers actually are subscribed. So we are right now close to 4,000 subscribers. So if you don't mind and you want to help me out and you like this type of content, then consider subscribing and also liking this video. This would really help me out. But anyways, I don't want to spend any more of your time. So yeah, let's jump right into Lightroom and start the critique. So over here we see the first photo, which is a landscape shot, and without a wide angle lens, to be honest. This seems quite zoomed in, and I really like this composition because we have over here on the foreground this rock formation which continues up to the right side of the image, and at the left side we have this other type of element. We have the water over here with the shape which is beautifully placed, and with a really dark sky, with a really cloudy sky. So you could argue that this image could use a little bit more contrast to make it look even more dramatic and a little bit more saturation, because it is a tiny bit under saturated in my opinion. But again, the first edit was really nice. You can argue that you don't need saturation because it is a cold weather and we need colder tones. So yeah, this first shot really surprised me. We are at f18. We have a little bit diffraction, to be honest. So maybe we could do that at f11 or f13. But the image looks reasonably sharp. Actually, it is really sharp. So I don't mind at all. The settings are alright, and everything is pretty nice. So yeah, let's continue on. So this is again an image from the same photographer. So I think that most of the photos will be side by side from each photographer, so we can see their work in fullness all together. But that's not the case all the time. I don't know how exactly to take a photo and get it left to right in Lightroom, but that's alright. So here we got a photograph with a fisheye lens. I don't like fisheye lenses because the quality is not there. I like the effect, but the quality is not there, at least with some that I have experience of. This one looks like it has been taken from a phone, to be honest. Based from the quality of the file, from the sharpness, it looks really digitally, I don't know how to pronounce it, enhanced. But anyways, so about the photo, I will start with the good things. So the good thing is that we have a nice composition over here with the stairs leading our eye towards the main subject over here, and we have a nice blue cloudy sky. That's the only good thing about this photo. What I really hate about this photo are these buildings over here on the left, and over here the street and the random buildings on the right. So this shot should have been a vertical one. We should only have the stairs over here on the photo and more of the dramatic sky, in order to emphasize even more our main subject, which is this building over here. So this should have been something like that, but with even more sky if we would have shot it in a vertical way. This shot should have been a vertical one. Let's continue on. So over here we have some fireworks, and other than that, I don't see anything special in this photograph. The composition is off. You can see that everything is moved to the right, and we have this huge left dead space over here, and here on the right everything is squeezing to fit in the frame. we have that random building over here which sits in front of the main building which you photographed. So next time you have to get on a higher ground in order to take this shot, if that's even possible. If it is not possible, then yeah, this shot doesn't make it for me. I mean, technically it's right, you made a long exposure in order to capture the fireworks, so that's all right. And again, over here you can see that you have many dust spots, holy shit, on your sensor. So this is really dirty, and you can easily take it out like that. So take the time, guys, in order to clean your sensor up. Or if you do not clean it up, then clean up your images, because you don't want to print and you don't want to get a nice image, you don't want to print a nice image and then see this, or you don't want to send to your client an image and have all these dust spots. So this is really unprofessional, and yeah, this image, I don't like it. Let's continue on. So this image is from the same photographer like the fireworks, and this is much better. I like that you went on a lower angle in order to get a different perspective. I really love the reflection over here that we get on the paddle from the person. I love that the person is over here next to the line with a rule of thirds, and you made it really nice. The paddle is on the first element over here, the subject and the rail is on the second element of the rule of thirds, and the sky is on the third. So that's really nice composed. What I don't like again are the dust spots on your sensor. This is disgusting. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's just by looking at it in a few seconds. So really clean up your sensor, or if you don't clean up your sensor, clean up your photos. It's not something that hard. You take this, you make it bigger than the dust spot, and you do this. Easy. Dust spot is gone. In my opinion, this photograph also needs a little bit more contrast. Boost up the highlights, boost up the white, a little bit of the shadows, take a little bit out of the contrast, and you can see the immediate effect that this gets to the image. I think this looks way better because we emphasize on the fog that we have. Work a little bit on your editing. This image is, I think, a little bit too flat that way, but that's just my opinion again. But again, work on your sensor, dude. That's disgusting. Okay, next shot over here from the same photographer. That's a really nice photo, a really nice portrait of the monkey. You cut off a little bit of his hands, but that's alright. Sadly, it's out of focus on the eyes, and it focused somewhere over here on the feet, somewhere over here, because this is sharp, this is out of focus. So what you can do, in order to emphasize the eyes, a small trick over here, guys, you can get the radial filter, do something like that, and boost the exposure just slightly. Don't overdo it, and go to the same exposure setting like before, something like that. Okay, did it really quickly, and you can see that the eyes are shining right now, but not in an unnatural way. This is the before, this is the after with the more exposed eyes. And something else that I don't like, over here on the bokeh balls, you can see that we have this really weird artifact, this red outline on the white bokeh balls over here, and you can also see this with the yellows and stuff like that. So you heavily manipulated the colors. I think you also played with the luminance of the colors a lot. So this is the outcome that we get. This really weird artifact is something that doesn't really look nice. So yeah, just try to not destroy your bokeh balls like that. You can see it over here really clearly. Something went wrong. I don't know what exactly, but something went wrong on the colors and the color editing. Anyways, nice photo. I like that one. And this again from the same photographer. I think this is the last or the second to last photo of his photos. I like this photo, don't get me wrong. I like nature photos, but in particular I like this one. I think it's a little bit not straight. You can do something like that. This looks way much better. I like the colors over here on the grass. I like how the people are heading towards that end, that peak over here anyways. And I love the composition. What I don't like at all is this color over here on the sky and on the mountains. Have you ever seen a sky and mountains like that, with that weird cyan aqua-ish color? No, you have not. This is a common mistake that beginners make or not good editors make, and it's really easy to fix. You go here to the aqua, you slide it to the right in order to make it more bluish, and you can also take a little bit of saturation out. So this looks way more natural. I look at the before, look at the after, before, after, before. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look professional. This looks like a bad preset was placed on top of the image, and yeah, this looks way much better. It looks natural, because at the end of the day, this thing should be blue. This color does not exist in the sky or in the mountains. Anyways, let's continue on. And this is the last photo from the same photographer. I think this is the best photo of his. This is a really nice photo. I don't think that I see anything wrong with that. Beautiful long exposure over here of 2 seconds. A nice beautiful red bridge over here for contrast. And I love how the light is hitting over here on the top part of the image and makes it look really dreamy. I really love the shot. The shot is really beautiful. The only thing that I can say is that you do not have to be at f22. I'm thinking that you are at f22 because you don't have an ND filter in order to stick it in front of your lens. So next time just get an ND filter and lower that aperture at f11 or something like that, because after f13, especially at the 35mm, you really get a lot of diffraction in your shot, and that's why in some cases, like in this rock, or it looks a little bit soft. Don't get me wrong, it's not soft at all, but it could have been way more sharper if you have taken this shot at f11, let's say, because at 35mm, if you shoot it at f11, everything is going to be sharp from the first rock over here to the last leaf over here. So yeah, last time, if you are able, just use an ND filter, but that's all right. Beautiful shot. Let's continue on. Okay, this is a shot of the Milky Way from a phone. First of all, it's really impressive that we can get the Milky Way from a phone. Other than that, the composition is not right. We should have tilted the phone on another way, so we get more of the foreground and less of the sky over here, which is just dead space. From this part over here, we only have dead space. So next time, just try to tilt your phone on a way so you can add 1/3 of your image with the foreground, so you make it look way more nicer and you fill up with more information your whole image. I'm not going to be really harsh on phone photographers over here. I like the editing on this one. Yeah, keep trying out. It's really beautiful that we can get the night sky with our phones nowadays. That's something crazy. Okay, this one, same problem again. We need more foreground, because all this part over here is dead space, and it's really bad dead space because of the vignette that we get. And also, I don't like the editing on this one. I like the editing way more on this one. This harsh blue color. and it also has some weird green artifacts. Yeah, let's continue on. Nice tries over here with the Milky Way. Okay, next shot over here, we have a nice macro shot with the bee. Really nice, sharp. Okay, what I don't like is this over here, peeking out. This doesn't have to be here. Boom, nice. Clean your images up. How many times do I have to tell you guys? You can add a little bit more contrast, boost the highlights, boost the white, the shadows, so we make the bee more clear, but at the same time we can take a little bit more black out, add a little bit of texture, add a little bit, just a tiny bit of clarity, and boom, boom. So this image is a little bit flat, in my opinion. You can boost it up a little bit more. What if we take off the clarity? Okay, maybe we don't have to use clarity. Before, after, just a tiny bit. I like the colors. Yeah, nice job. Is it the same photographer? Yeah, this is the same photographer. You guys are good. You're sending me good photos. I like your works, especially your composition. That's really nice. In this photograph, the photographer told me via email that he knows that it's out of focus, but he really likes this photo, and I agree with him. Although it's out of focus, this photo is really nice. But in my opinion, I really love the seagull over here. But again, in my opinion, this photograph is not a vertical one. All this sky over here is dead space. Oh my god. Imagine if you have taken it like that, like a movie shot, like a landscape shot. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So if he would have taken that in a landscape shot, we would have had way more scenery over here on the right and on the left. So just imagine how cinematic this shot would have been if we had more over here on the right and on the left. I feel like this would have been a cover from a movie or something like that. It's really amazing. I like the editing. I really like the editing. You can also go black and white in this case. Do something like that. More contrast. Shadows. Oh wow, the black and white looks amazing. Wow. Dude, you captured a really nice scenery. It doesn't matter that it's slightly out of focus because, okay, you can call it an artistic shot or something like that. And at least you know that's out of focus and whatever. Yeah, this is a landscape shot. It's not a vertical shot. 100%. You get more of the birds, you get more of the sea, you get more of the nice scenery. Yeah, that's a landscape shot for sure. I like the editing over here, don't get me wrong at all. It's nice. It's really nostalgic. But yeah, I think a black and white can work too. Let me know down below which one you prefer. Okay, next shot is again a phone shot. Okay, this one is underexposed heavily, so we have to do something like that. It's also not straight, so we have to do something like that. And still not straight. Okay, now it looks better. You can see it from the buildings over here. Maybe a tiny bit more. Anyways, let's leave it here. So, okay, this is really over-processed. I think we have to take a little bit of the clarity out. It really is over-processed. We have many colors. The sky is way too HDR. It's a nice scene, but there's a lot of things going on. I really love the train over here, but there's a lot of things going on in this image. Yeah. Everything is really colorful, which again is not really nice because I don't know where my eye is heading it yet. It's going all over the place, so I don't have a clear subject, which is a shame. When you're doing phone photography, try not to go over the board with your editing. Try to expose it right afterwards in the editing maybe, or something like that. And yeah, if all you have is a phone, this is acceptable. You also have a little bit purple fringing over here, so you can take this out by simply going over here and doing that. But be aware, when you do that, it affects your whole image. Let's continue on. All right. This is a street shot with a 55-200. Holy shit, that's not a nighttime lens, but if that's all you got, go out there and shoot with it. It's fine. I'm not sure if it's in focus. We also have a lot of snow. It looks in focus, which is nice. I'm not a huge fan of the lack of color. I don't know why. Let's see if the presets can do something over here. Okay, this looks nice over here. We added a little bit of blue. Let's bump up the highlights. All right. Now we're doing something. Okay. Boom. This is the before, this is the after. Ooh. Before, after. You guys, please work on your editing. It's not that hard. And expose your images right. This is underexposed. And imagine, I did that in 5 seconds with the raw file. You can do much more with your raw file. I did it with a JPEG, sorry. You can do much more with your raw file. Holy shit. Work on your editing skills. Other than that, I really like the scenery. They're backlit from the light over here, which is really nice. I like that you waited for them to get at that place where they are going to be lit up from the light. I like the shot. The editing is terrible. Yeah, the editing is really terrible. By the way, these are my presets over here. I'm working on them. Maybe I'm going to release them. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, you can see that with 2 clicks and 5 seconds, I transformed this image. I can do even much more, but I'm not going to waste much more time because we have a lot of pictures to go through, and this video is going to be, holy shit, really long. Again, from the same photographer. This is much better exposed, to be honest. Much better. I like that you probably wanted to make this person a silhouette, so I get it. Maybe add even more contrast. Boost up the highlights. Again, don't be afraid of that. Take the shadows out, and most importantly, make this crop over here. Okay. Wait. This picture is not okay. The person needs to be on the middle. All right. Now we are perfect. Make your images pop more. Don't be afraid, guys. Don't go over the place with the clarity slider. Again, you can even add a little bit more. Oh yes. Okay, now we're perfect. Now it's perfect. Great shot, I like it. Work on your editing and you will be fine. I like the shot, it's dreamy. It's not the photo that I would be taking, but I like it. It is dreamy. I love it. Anyways, what you can do to make it even more dreamy is take your clarity down. Don't be afraid. This photo is going to be on Instagram anyways. Boost the dehaze a little bit, and yeah, just like that. I don't know. I like the dreamy edit more. Good job, mate. I like it. I don't know what I feel about the leaves over here. Maybe they add something, maybe they don't. Let me know down below. I don't know how I feel about them exactly. Yeah, like the shot. Boost your shadow a little bit, just a tiny bit, so this part of over here is visible, but it doesn't look unnatural. And you're good to go. I like it. Nice job. Nice dreamy edit. Nice dreamy shot. Okay. How are you guys not seeing this when you're taking the shot, when you're sending me these shots? This is not straight at all. One, now it's straight, and two, do you guys like this dark empty space over here? No. Just do it like that. Boom. Now it's much better. Holy shit. Now it's cinematic. And boost your exposure because it's clearly underexposed. Wow. You even get more lighting over here. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I had to refresh the timer on my camera. As you can see, I made a crop, which is obvious because I hate the original cropping. Holy shit, what was that? And just boost your exposure. Don't be afraid, guys. Yes, it's going to make a little bit of noise. Who cares? We got the nice. You can add a little bit noise reduction, and we also have the noise reduction over here, the new one on Lightroom, which works amazing. I also added a little bit of color over here to make it feel more dramatic, and this is a really nice shot. This we started off. Holy shit! We started off here. What is this? What is this? Are you guys serious? Let's go over here again. Please work on your editing. This is not acceptable. It's a nice shot. I love it. We have the Acropolis with the thunder on the left, and you are destroying it with your non-existent editing and your weird cropping. What is this? Good job on capturing this amazing frame, dude. Really work on your editing. You really have to work on your editing. And again, I made this in 2 seconds, and with a JPEG, without even touching anything else, the colors or nothing. You have to work on your editing. That's not acceptable. We don't have any metadata over here, so I don't know how you shot this. Please, guys, save your photos with metadata. And what are these names? Holy shit. I haven't seen a good name so far. Okay. So this is a panning shot. As you can see, no, it's not a panning shot. He's standing still, and the rest is blurry. I don't like this shot, to be honest. It does nothing. It's nothing amazing, to be honest. First of all, I don't like this rail over here. The composition is not right. The building feels like it's falling to the left. It's not a good shot, to be honest. The car is behind the motorcycle. It's not a good shot. Maybe black and white can save it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't like it. And I don't know if we can save it. It's not a good shot. Let's continue on. Okay. What do we got here? We have water. We have not rocks, trees, logs, wood. What is this? No, this was taken with the phone as well. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at, and this is not a good thing, to be honest. I have no idea what I'm looking at. It's obviously some kind of a small stream, small waterfall, something like that. But I don't see. Let me look at it like that. So if you press double L on Lightroom, you can see pictures like that. Uh, I cannot give you any feedback on this photo because I don't like it. I don't know what I'm looking at exactly. The composition is awkward. There is no context. I don't have foreground. I don't have midground. I don't have a clear subject. I think this is the clear subject, but I'm not so sure. Yeah. No. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Wow, I like it. I love this image. This is really nice. I love I even really like the door over here. It adds something to the picture. We have the person over here on the left drinking his coffee or something. I even like this piece of equipment over here on the top right. It's straight, or at least as straight as it can get with these lines, because they're weird. At least you got this bottom part straight. Yeah, good job. I like it. Good job. Again, a phone shot. This one is heavily edited towards the red side, so let's see. I kind of like this one. Make it straight. You are not standing in the middle of the bridge. I'm thinking that you're standing at the bridge just like that, so you have to stand on the middle of the bridge. I can see right now that you are not standing on the middle of the bridge because this is not straight. But it's a nice try because you have a phone right now. It's a nice city shot. A nice city shot. It. Okay, I made it sound like it's a shitty shot. No, it's a nice city shot. The editing is way too much. And I don't like the red edit. The city should have been on the colder part of the edit. Anyways, yeah, you need more blue. I don't have the original file. If you have the original file, try to do something with the orange, red over here and over here, because it's way too much. Alright, over here we have a nice shot from, I don't know where, Venice? I know where it is. I love the editing, I love the composition, I love the person over here on the bottom right. I don't like the fact that we are cutting off this white boat. I don't know if we had infinite boats over here heading towards the rail, but that's something slightly that throws me off. And I also don't like that we have this sign over here cutting off. Excuse me. And I also don't like that we have the sign over here which has been cut off like that. So either get rid of the sign completely, at least the first one, and just hold this second sign, or get rid of both signs completely. That's the only thing that I can add to this image. Other than that, it's nice and sharp. You can argue that you can shoot at f5.6 or even more, but to be honest, sometimes I like shooting wide open during street shots because it makes it look dreamy, and I'm getting that feeling over here. So that sign throws me off over here, and that boat, the fact that we cut it off. But again, with the boat, maybe there are more boats, so yeah, we had to make a sacrifice. But the sign over here throws me off. The colors are beautiful, and the composition, I like it. I like this one as well, really nice. The biker must be on the center of the image, like that, nice. Beautiful. I love the red jacket. Maybe you can make it even more, emphatic. If this was a little bit too flat, at least in my opinion. I like the colors, really nice shot. Again, if you have a main subject like that, try to place it in the middle or somewhere over here on the lines. Yeah, nice, good job to it. Ooh. No. Sadly. Oh no, sadly, this is... Is it out of focus, or is it soft, or is it blurry? Where did this focus? This is an excellent shot. But this is slightly, you can see it's blurry. Such a shame. It's an excellent shot, but it's slightly blurry. If you can live with that, then you can live with that. For social media, this is more than acceptable. But for printing, I think you will see that this is blurry. Maybe if you upscale it and add more resolution on it and make it more sharpened with an AI program like Topaz or something like that. I don't know. But it's a really nice shot, but it's blurry. Sadly, it's a little bit blurry. Love the editing though. Good job on that. Sadly, it's blurry. Ooh. You guys are good. What the fuck? Nice shot. I don't like the color on the sky. It's, again, like I said before, you have to do something like that. Now it's much better. The previous one, the sky never looks like that. It never looks like this color, this cyan. The sky looks like that. This is much better. Beautiful shot, mate. I like it. Maybe you can crop it further down below, but I like the sky. That's my opinion. We also don't get the whole building over here, which is a bummer. But other than that, good job. Okay, wait. This is not straight, isn't it? Yes, it's not straight. Now it's straight. Guys, work on your lines. I like the shot. Good job, mate. Could work on the editing on the sky, because that color is not acceptable. This color is not acceptable. Again, it looks like you just threw in a preset that you bought online and you thought that it would solve all your problems. No, it's a nice shot. Don't do this color on your sky and watch on your lines, because they were not straight at all. Okay. First of all, let's do a small crop. This black thing over here really throws me off, and also the persons are not in the middle of the frame. Now it looks much better, I think. Okay. Nice. I love that we got the statue. I love that we got the lamp light over here. The lamp, I don't know what they're called in English. Holding hands, umbrellas. Nice shot. I also like the colors, but I think they're slightly underexposed. This preset looks really nice over here. This preset looks really nice. Okay. In my opinion, this looks better. It makes it more moodier. We have the orange leaves here, so we can emphasize on that. Over here on the ground as well. So edit towards that. And yeah, this preset over here is just what we need. This shot, okay. It's a phone shot again. I like the clouds. I like the moon over here. It's underexposed. You can add way more contrast, make it look more dramatic, Don't be afraid of that. Boom. And then you can decide if you want to make it dreamy or if you want to make it dramatic. I think it's a dramatic shot over here. Boom, just like that. And maybe you can also add a little bit of saturation if you want to. I don't know. You can do things with that. This one is flat and underexposed. Edit your photos. I cannot stress this enough. I don't care if you're a beginner, edit your photos. This is underexposed. I think this came right. This is the way it came out of from your phone. Look at this. Before, after. It took me 10 seconds. Edit your photos. It's a nice scenery. It's a nice scenery though. I like the clouds and stuff like that. I will post this on my Instagram story for sure. I will not post it as a photo, but I will post it on my Instagram story for sure. Nice. Keep shooting with your phone. That's amazing. Maybe you cannot get a camera right now. That's all right. We all started with our phones. Yeah. Good job, mate. Keep editing your photos, please, because this is terrible. This is much, much better. Okay, this from a friend of mine, 𝐿𝐓𝐑𝐕𝐎 from Australia. I really loved the shot. I really like the shot. This is his Instagram over here, 𝐿𝐓𝐑𝐕𝐎_life, if you want to check him out. Colors are nice. Maybe we can add even more contrast. I'm not so sure. No, I like it. I like it just the way it is. It is straight. We can see it from that boulder over here. Nice and sharp. Wow. Is this person photoshopped? No, right? No. I think he's there. That's nice. That's a really nice shot. Okay, what I don't like at all is the watermark over here. Every professional will tell you that you don't have to put your watermarks on your images, especially like that. It takes my attention over here to the bottom, and over here on the bottom there's nothing. The main part of the image is here. It's happening here. Maybe this crop is better. I'm not sure. It can be better. Anyways, don't use your watermarks. Other than that, I love this picture. This picture is not good. This picture is not good. It's just a snapshot from a guy with a really bad background. There's a random house, a random building, whatever it is, random people, random things over here on the snow. The snow is really dirty. It's really broken, if you know what I mean. It has so much texture. It's not a good shot. This is just a really basic composition. It's not good at all. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. It's not good. Ooh. Okay, I love seeing kit lenses in work. That's such a nice scenery. Okay, we have the foreground over here, really nice. We have the midground and the background. This looks so nice. But again, I feel like this is the better shot because we have an even balance to the scenery. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Over here on the previous shot, we have the half image with clouds. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. You want to have a balance between your layers, and the crop that I made is the right balance over here, and I tilted slightly to the left in order to get more of the flowers over here on the left. Nice. I think it can help out a little bit more from the, we can get more out of it from editing. Wait, just wait. We can even make it something like that, I think. You can do many things with this photograph. I like it. Nice composition. Work on your cropping, because the original crop was not it. And if you crop it and you have something like that, something like a small part of sky, you can do this, and boom, it corrects it. All right, nice shot. Let's continue on. Is this from the same photographer? Yes, this is from the same photographer. Okay. What the fuck? Why is this so underexposed? This is the correct exposure, and it's still underexposed. Yeah, this is the correct exposure. I don't know what is this? This is 0.5 exposure. What the fuck? And -5 exposure. You can add a little bit of clarity. You can also take a little bit off, make it more dreamy. You took all the blue from the shot, so we don't have any. We cannot add any blue over here on the sky. You want to make it look dramatic. I get that. Yeah, it's just underexposed. And the composition is not good at all. I mean, you took it well. It's a nice, even leveled. Maybe, I don't know how I feel about the track over here being over the line of the hill. So, yeah, this photo is underexposed. The composition, although it's straight, this track should not have been like that over the line. But again, that's all right. But the part that I hate a lot, and I think that's why you're underexposed in order to make it not visible, is this part of your image over here. I don't know what this is. This is not nice. This is not nice. Wow. What is this place? Move your track. I mean, just move your track, if that's your track at all. If this is not your track, then try to Photoshop this thing out, because it's ugly, ugly, ugly. Let's continue on. Again, the same photographer. Guys, name your photos, please. I don't like this shot. I don't like it. I don't know. No. The composition is really awkward. You can... Okay, everything is out of focus except from the bench. I don't know, it's weird. It's you either get the whole bench in there or even less. This is a weird composition. At least everything is straight. Which is nice. I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan of the half of the bench over here in the middle of the frame. It's weirdly placed. I don't know. Okay, I like this one, I think. Again, underexposed. Please expose properly for your subject, at least. Muddy track, which is not a bad thing. I like it. It's a good shot. Nothing too crazy. Work on your exposure. This needs more editing. You have a really weird vignette, and it shows. If this is your track, next time try to take this shot with an open headlight and add even a bigger element to the photo. Other than that, I like it. I like it. This can be a nice detailed shot. You also need more leaves over here on that part, so you can cover this part of your image. So everything is covered with leaves except from the tail light. So go out there again and try to take the shot again, if you can, with more leaves, just a circle of leaves over here, and with your headlight open like that. This will be an amazing shot, I'm telling you this. But even with no lights, it's all right. This has potential. This does not have potential. I like that you shot in between the trees over here. That's nice, but the car is not on the middle of the photo. There's a driver in there, and there's also a car over here on the right. Yeah, this, I don't know. No, this shot is not good. The other ones were better. This is nice. This is a really nice image. It has storytelling in it. It's a little bit underexposed. Beautiful. Beautiful. I really love this. I love this. Nice. Good job. Good job. I will post this. I'm not a huge fan of the darkness over here. I would make it a slightly more dreamier edit, but I can see the dark edit as well. Good job. Nice storytelling image. No, this shot is out of focus, dude. I don't know. Everything is out of focus. And it's not a good photo as well. Random sign over here. This is not full. The building is not fully in the shot. The trees are not fully in the shot. You have a wide lens. I don't know why you are zoomed in at 45mm. Everything is out of focus, dude. Everything is out of focus. No, I don't like it. This is a better edit as well. I'm sorry, this is not a good shot. Ooh, this again with the this is with the phone, nice and sharp. Creative with the light over here. Although the light is really blown out over here on the image. And you can see it over here, the highlights are peaking really much. For a phone shot, this is really creative. Please, I know you're shooting from a phone, but try to clean up your image. You can see all this hair and dust. That's not professional at all. Other than that, that's a really nice try. Love the editing with the different colors and stuff like that. But yeah, you really have to clean your image. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable even for a phone. Dust, hair, lots of dust and hair. Yeah, nice shot. Work on your, clean up your shot. But clean up, yeah, the shot. I've seen the photos from this photographer, and I think this one is the worst. I don't like this photo at all. I don't know what it is. We have that weird triangle over here. It's a building, obviously. It's backlit, but not in a good way. You will see later on why this is not the way in order to backlit your nature photos. My friend, I don't like this photo at all. The leaf over here is cropped as well. This whole leaf over here, this plant, was your main subject and you cropped it. It's not on the center of the frame. It's not well lit up. You can see you focused on these two leaves as well. These are the ones that are in focus the most, and you cropped one of these, and this is just weird over here. It's not a good shot, it's not a good composition. And you will see later on why I tell that. One of your shots, I saw them on your email. They're much better, and they're exactly how you should shoot nature. Okay. half of the car is out of focus. You can see that it starts to go out of focus over here. You focus over here on the back, which is the part where we have shadows. So again, it's not a nice shot. It's just a shot from a cool looking car. Have a random bus over here, random people. Either go exactly behind the car, but no, you cannot do that because this is the part from the shadows. You have to get in front of the car where the sun is hitting it, where the light is at, and take a nice shot from the car. And also get lower on the ground. You make the car look tiny that way. Just because you have a nice subject doesn't mean that it is a good shot. Let's continue on. Alright. This is from a friend of mine. I have seen his work. I'm not a huge fan from this particular image. I like the purse. I like the whole vibe, the whole bitch boss vibe that you're going after. I don't know if this is a flash or a light or. I like the idea. I don't like the execution at all. Everything is really grainy, really grainy. I don't know if you added grain or something like that, or maybe the image was underexposed and you tried to get right, or maybe you want to add grain, but I'm not a huge fan of grain in this particular case. In this case, listen, I have seen your work. This is not your best work. I'm sure of that. The model is not on the center. This is a better crop. But everything is underexposed over here, bad shadows. You have a nice concept in your mind with the sunglasses and the train station and all of that. Okay, you have it. You're shooting with this with a kit lens, so that's not your entire fault. It's not entirely your fault. But you have to get lower on the ground. You make her look really small. Be careful to make your lines even over here on the bench. The editing is not nice. It doesn't look alright. It doesn't look right. And I'm saying that because I have seen your work, and your work is much, much better from this shot. If I'm not mistaken, this guy has sent me a few of his wedding photos or christening photos, and they were really, really beautiful. His portrait work needs more work. He needs more work. Actually, he needs better gear in order to do portraits. I'm sorry, mate. This is not the way to go. At least it's straight, you know. But the portrait is not lit up nicely. We have lots of grain, and yeah. All right, this is a really beautiful concert shot. Guys, I'm sorry about the background noise, but yeah, somebody's cooking in there and it's making a lot of noise, but I cannot stop right now in mid-recording. Yeah, that's really, really nice. I love the editing, I love the lights. Maybe you can crop out that part of the ceiling. That's the only thing that I would crop out. Something like that looks much better, but good job, mate. Good job, amazing colors, amazing moment captured. Beautiful, good job. Ooh, again, my friend Lefteris. Again, my friend Lefteris. Okay, this image is straight. Take off your watermark. This is his Instagram, Lefteris Life. If you want to follow him, but take off your watermark from your photos. Other than that, I love the editing. It looks like it's America in the 80s. Nice shot. Really like it. Really love the tones. Not a huge fan of this dark side over here, but obviously the sun is hitting from that side, so yeah, what you can do. Maybe with a mask you can brighten it up a little bit, just a tiny bit, so it's not that dark. But I like it. I like the editing. I like the... It's a nice street shot. It's a nice street shot. Oh, cute butterfly. Cute butterfly. This is not a macro shot, so this is the best that you can do. I'm a big fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of the greens, to be honest. Okay. All right. From this to this, yeah, much better, much more natural looking, much more natural looking. Nice shot, dude. I love the butterfly. Good job. I like it. Work on your editing a little bit with the greens, because this looks really washed out and overexposed and stuff like that. Yeah, these greens are way more natural looking. Beautiful shot. I love the butterfly. You don't have a macro lens, so I cannot tell you to go closer. If you get a macro lens, get closer. Okay. My fucking god, dude. Why are you doing this to me? Get this jacket off the bench. This would have been a really nice, I don't know, shot of the workspace. What is this? What is this? It's easy to fix. Just tell him to move the thing over here. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You have, as a photographer, you have to take, you have to be in charge. You have to be in charge and tell them how to make the best image possible. This is unacceptable over here. If you can take this thing off next time, then you will make a much better work. It's a really nice image. I can see that we're in some kind of factory or something like that. This is the worker, maybe the owner, I'm not so sure. But this jacket over here is terrible. I'm sorry. Other than that, it's a nice shot, but it has been ruined from this jacket. Nice editing as well. Everything is nice. Everything is 10 out of 10. But this jacket makes it a 5 out of 10 image, if not less. I'm sorry, this is the truth. Ooh, love this. This is from the same photographer? No, maybe, I'm not sure. You focus on the lamp over here. Beautiful, mate. Well composed. Beautifully taken. Good job. Okay, this is from the same photographer. No. What is this purple editing? Oh, God. I'm dying. And one of the persons over here from the couple is not visible at all. The composition is right. It's nice. It's just not something to be proud of. The purple editing is not nice. It's not nice at all. And one of the persons is missing. This is a black and white shot, I'm telling you. Yeah, this is a black and white shot for sure. Make the highlights pop as well. Okay, go again in this place, take the same shot, but with only one person in the frame, or with multiple persons not covering each other up. Because I don't like the fact that we hid the person over here next to the gentleman. Nice try though, but the editing is terrible in this one. Oh my god. No. Really bad use of the editing. I don't know what's the point of shooting this this door over here, especially from that angle. Weird shadows, weird highlights, weird cars over here, pink cars on the background, weird bokeh over here, messy bokeh, taking up almost all the frame. That's not a good shot. I don't know. That's not a good shot. This is a nice shot. We get the whole shopping cart over here. We get the whole kit inside. I love how you play with the shadows over here. And you took the kit right before it gets into the shadow area with the cart. Like the editing, nice and soft, nice and dreamy. Well done. I like this photo. I'm not... The only thing that I don't like is the composition. This kit should have been lower into the composition. And it is what it is. It's a nice shot. It's a nice shot. 8 out of 10. Nice moment captured. Not a huge fan of all that dead space over here on the ground, but good job. I like this one. I don't like this one at all. I don't like this one. It's underexposed. The road is purple for some reason. Are the roads purple like that? If they're purple, then that's my mistake. I'm sorry about that. The battery went off. So yeah, we're back at it again. Everything is recording. Nice. Alright. So, like I said, composition is not nice. You cut the road over here, which is not... I don't know why you would do that. Why? Give me an honest opinion down in the comments. Why would you would cut this part of the image off? And it's really easy. All you have to do is you move to the right or tilt your phone or your camera, or it's a camera, to the right a little bit as well. You have a nice scene. You have to go there again and try it out again. I don't like the purple at all on the street. I don't know if you added it, but you can always make it go away like that. Oh, this looks much better. Oh, wow. Work on your editing as well. This is really underexposed. Go back here again, try to take the shot slightly better, and do not crop a part of the road out of the image, because the road is the main part, the main thing which is leading our eye to the image. Please do not do that again. You nailed the focus really nice. The editing is really nice as well. Maybe a little bit underexposed. Maybe. But I can live with that. The colors are beautiful. The composition is not right again. These people need to be like that. But this is a nice shot, okay? This is a nice shot. This is a nice try. Good job on that. Good job on the editing. Good job on the nailing on the focus. Now that I see it even more, I think it's acceptable. It's nice. Not the original. This is the terrible editing and a terrible cropping. Not terrible editing, terrible exposed shot. Do your cropping like that, and you will be fine. I can live with that. Crop your image like I did. Expose it properly and upload it on Instagram and get likes. That's nice. That's not nice. That's not nice. Dead space over there, adding nothing to the photo. That's much better. But again, I don't see the point. It's also not straight. I don't know why I'm singing. Now it's straight. Or at least straighter than before. I don't know, mate. This is really... I love the idea. Okay, the scene is nice. Don't get me wrong. The car is nicely over here on the bottom right of the image. It looks like a horror scene or something like that. Nice try though. I get what you're trying to do here. Sadly, this was the conditions were not right, sadly. But it's a nice idea. It's a nice idea. I get that. I don't want to be too harsh to the person because there's nothing that she could do to make it better in this, with these conditions. Maybe try to edit a little bit more the raw file and make it look way more dark or dreamy or something like that. I don't know. But the idea is there. I like it. It's just really hard to execute in this type of environment. A+ for effort. Sadly, the outcome is not the best, but good job on trying. Oh, okay, here we are. So do you remember earlier the weird photograph that I told you about with the leaves, which were which had a really weird triangle over here on the top and stuff like that? So this is from the same photographer, if I'm not mistaken, and I saw these two shots in his email, and I'm like, why are you sending me the first leaf shot, which is really badly taken, with some really bad backlighting, and then you're sending me this beautiful shot over here, which is way much better. Look at this backlight over here on this. This is beautiful. Good job on that. Good job. All you have to do is do this. Nice. Now this shot is perfect. I don't want to touch it. It's beautiful. Perfectly exposed. Love the dark background. Love the backlight on the leaf. Absolutely amazing. If you don't remember which shot I'm talking about, again, I hope I'm not mistaken. This was his first shot. What is this garbage? Look at this. Beautiful. Good job on this one. Okay. Again, we have a phone shot. If I would be doing phone photography, I wouldn't try to isolate my subject like this one. I would try to find landscapes or nice sceneries in order to photograph. In this particular, I'm going to be honest with you. In this particular case, good job on nailing the focus on that leaf over here, whatever it's called. But we can clearly see on the background everything, all the trees or the branches. It's really busy. That's my point. And sadly, I cannot see the point of this image all that well. It's a weird shot and not in the best way possible, sadly. Try to look for the scenery out there. Try not to focus on just a simple subject unless you get really close to it. And in this part, you didn't do that. Anyways, nice try on that photo. Again, a shot from my friend Lefteris. Okay, now I even got your metadata over here. And listen, I really love the crop. I really love the 2049 over here. Good editing. Maybe slightly underexposed in some places, so maybe boost up the shadows just a tiny bit, like that. I love the text over here, the more things change. And I know that this, and actually I don't know, I'm not so sure about that. If this photo is staged and this is one of your friends or something like that, then there is no excuse for you to not use a tripod and lower that ISO and nail the exposure right with ISO 100 or something like that. There is no excuse for you if this is if this is a staged photo. If it's not a staged photo, then everything is pretty nice and normal. I also love the red thing over here. Adds a really nice touch on the image. Good shot. Next time, if this is a staged photo, grab a tripod. Okay, this is the next shot. This I think again from my friend over here with this shot, I'm pretty sure. This is not a good shot. We are going from a really good shot to a really bad shot, and this is crazy to me. I don't know how you're doing this. Really weird vignetting. There is not a clear subject. I'm sorry, we cannot save this photo at all. It's not a good shot. We don't have a clear subject. The vignetting is awful. Don't do that ever again. I don't know what this vignetting is. And yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, that's not a good shot. Ooh. Oh my god, I have not seen this before. When did I download it? Oh, holy shit. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Needs more. I know that you made it moody looking, but slightly underexposed. I know that. We lose all her hair with the dark edit that you're doing, and it's a shame because the hair has the same color almost with the background over here. Nice shot, dude. I love this. Oh, and also the nails are nice. The nails are also the same color with the flowers over here. Beautiful. Love it. I'm just going to try it out, just for the sake of it. Crop it like that, in order to get rid of the greenery even more. And maybe with a Photoshop brush, you can extend these flowers over here and get rid of all the greenery. If you do that, and you crop it that way, then you will have yourself an amazing cinematic shot, an amazing portrait. Please do that, and I really want to see the final outcome. Maybe I will do that myself with the file that you sent me, and I will send it back to you, just to prove a point. But good job, dude. That's an 9.5 out of 10 shot. If you do this, then it will be a masterpiece, I'm telling you. Good job though. Careful with underexposing, because you really want to showcase the hair and the background as well, not just the lady. Beautiful. Oh, Milky Way photography. Love this. Love this. The only thing that I don't like is that we not the core. What is this called? I'm not know. Is this the Orion belt? I'm not so sure, but sadly we cut off that part of a really important part of the Milky Way. Other than that, I love this shot. Maybe slightly underexposed. Maybe. I think. But perfect. I love Milky Way shots. Nice foreground. Good job. Bro, I love it. Alright, so this is the next picture. And at least we got the naming right. And that's about it. Because everything else is not good at all. First of all, this really underexposed. So yeah, you're about one stop underexposed. You can even see here that his shirt is not visible on the bottom. It's like he has no body over here. That's how underexposed he is. What else? It's blurry, you can see, and that's because of the fact that you're shooting at 1/40th of the second. Yeah, and also you cut off his arm for some weird reason. I don't know why you did that, to be honest. Maybe you don't have any more space to go back, but yeah, you cut off his arm. It's blurry, and it's underexposed. So maybe shoot with a 35mm next time, or with a kit lens which is wider. Maybe use a flash. yeah, this problem has many flaws. It's not a good one. I'm sorry about that. The person is taking a nice pose, don't get me wrong, but it has many technical flaws and the composition is not right at all. Let's continue on. Okay, this is it's a square image, so it's cropped. I like the fact that we get the girl also over here on the mirror. It's a nice shot. I like it. I don't know if I'm a huge fan about the yellow cast on the black and white. I feel like a simple black and white would have been way better. But I'm pretty sure you did that for nostalgic reasons. So I'm not mad about that. That's a nice shot. I like it. I'm not so sure about the crop, but I like it. I think I'm a fan. I think I'm a big fan of this. Good job. Okay, another phone photo over here. We have the iPhone 13. All this time I'm talking about photos being underexposed. In this case, this is overexposed. You also shot between the rails in order to add depth, but in this case, it doesn't really help your case because this one is way different than the top one. We also have this weird outline over here and also over here on the trees, chromatic aberration. What is this? Why are you guys also always adding this aqua color over here everywhere? I can see it over here in the whites. I can see it over here in the whites on the graffiti. I can see it in the buildings. You add this really weird color. Anyways, this photo is just a snapshot, to be honest. It's nothing too crazy. The editing is not so nice as well. It's a good phone shot. I mean, you can post this on your story, but that's about it. I can see that the subject is the city, but it's really too small in the frame to actually make it a subject. So yeah, it's a good try, but nothing too crazy. This is much better with iPhone 13 again, the same photographer. Again, I don't like at all you guys keep adding this cyan color, and it's funny because I can see it also on the over here on the sign. I don't know why you keep doing this to your photography. Oh my god, this is much better. This is much more natural looking. Why are you destroying your photos with this weird cyan? Anyways, this is a much better photo. Way too much dead space over here, in my opinion. This is better. I love that you got the background blurry. Much better shot. Good job on that one. Work on your editing a little bit and you should be fine. I also love the angle, to be honest, and the small trees over here and branches and stuff like that. Good job on that one. Again, the same photographer, and this one is not a good photo. I don't know why you did that blue edit. It's in the middle of the day, and for some reason everything is blue. Everything is blue. You just threw in a preset, I think, that you found online, and you called it a day. That's not a good shot. That's not a good edit at all. You destroyed the shot with the edit, and it's not straight. Now it's straight. You cut off a few bodies over here. This and this. You can do much better. You can do much better. The blue edit is not good. It's not good. I don't know why. Why would you do it? Where did you see that? Where did you see that by doing everything blue during the day is good? I don't know, man. This is not good. Ooh, I love this. This is nice. I cannot add anything else. It's just this man is slightly... Is he in focus? He's in focus. Let's say he's in focus. Yeah, nice summer photo. don't mind me. The editing is a little bit flat. Everything is a little bit too green. That's better. Yep. That's a way more realistic photo. The other one looked like, you see here, everything is a little bit too green for me. The sky, the waters, the mountains. This is much better. But nice composition. Everything is straight and nice. I love the storytelling that we got in this photo. Good job. I like this. I love this one. I really love this one, except from this part over here. This needs to be gone. This needs to be gone over here. You can do it just like that. Okay, you can do it better on Photoshop. I won't be doing this right now. Anyways, just delete this part of the image. It's really easy to do on Photoshop. I don't have a mouse right now, so I cannot be bothered to clean it up. Beautiful shot, beautiful edit, love it. Good job. You have no metadata, really fix that. Always save your photos with metadata so you can have the settings and all the data for your photo for future reference. And also, what the fuck is this naming? I don't know, call it, I know this place is in Stavros Niarchos, so call it Street Photography Stavros Niarchos Sunset, I don't know, something like that. Other than that, I really love the photo, just clean this thing up. Good job, really like it, beautiful. The editing is nice as well. Okay, so next photo, again, work on your naming. You guys, I don't know why you don't work on your names. There's also no metadata over here, so this is strange. Nice and sharp. Like, I love the composition. What I want you to do next time is make this image is also cropped. Okay, do an even tighter crop like this one. Much better. Much better. Slightly underexposed. You can do things with this image. It's a nice image. It's a nice image. I like it. It's nothing too crazy. You can do much more with your editing. Please go back there and try to do this again, but during sunset or during golden hour maybe, where the light is way better. Because over here you can see on the leaves that everything is overexposed on the highlights, and over here on the leaves as well. But other than that, yeah, just go on a time where the light is more soft. Good try. Good try. Maybe even if you have a prime lens, maybe you can use it in order to make these leaves even more out of focus. Yeah, all you have to do is go during golden hour, maybe use a more out of focus lens, a lens that can create more out of focus background, foreground actually in this situation. And that's about it. And yeah, nice shot. Oh, yes. Ah, no. Oh, no. It has focused on the nose and not on the eye. First of all, there's no metadata over here, and the naming is also not good. Oh, no. Okay, I love this shot. No, I love it. I love it over here. Exposure is nice. Sadly, everything is nice. The concept is beautiful. Sadly, you either shoot these at f5.6 in order to get everything in focus, or the whole face actually in focus, or you have to nail the eye, which in this case you did not. You focused over here on the nose, which is a shame. Almost a perfect shot. Sadly, we missed the focus a little bit. It's fine. Again, beautiful shot. Oh, these are, I know from this from which photographer these are. I love this. Love the retouching as well. Love it. Beautiful place. Beautiful outfit, beautiful dress, beautiful editing. Yeah, the cropping is just about right, I think. I love that her face is over here. I don't know, maybe like that. Just a tiny bit better. Because I feel like her face is just a tiny bit too much to the left side of the image. I think this is a slightly better crop. But other than that, the image is perfect. I love it. I love it. Okay, this is again the same photograph from the same model. You can see here you have a better exposure. This one, motorcycle. This one is slightly underexposed. Obviously, you have the raw file, so you can do it again better. But it's slightly underexposed, and you can see it because this over here is properly exposed. This here is slightly underexposed. You probably lost a bit of light between the shots, so because the sun is going down, so I get that. I don't like the fact that the feet is cut off. So if you want to cut off the feet, you have to make an edit like that, a crop like that, where you don't contain the whole. So something like that. If you are going to contain the whole, almost the whole feet, then you also have to contain the whole feet as well over here. That's the only issue that I have with this photo, and that it's slightly underexposed. Other than that, I love the fact that the dress is floating like that. I love the placement of the hat. I love the expression of the model. I love the editing, except from the exposure. As you can see, over here you expose it perfectly. Over here it's underexposed. Yeah, the feet and the exposure, and it's perfect. Ooh, another beauty shot. This is 10 out of 10. This is 10 out of 10. I've seen this picture before on Instagram from this photographer. 10 out of fucking 10. Retouching is on point. I hate the fact that this is the name that you gave it. So let's say that a few years have passed and you're searching for this image on your PC. What are you going to type? Tell me. What are you going to type? Are you going to type image 6483441? No. My fucking god, dude. Name your images the right way. I love this picture, and you also don't have any metadata. Just save your images with metadata. I want to see what lens you guys are using, or something like that. You also want to know that, let's say in 2 years, you're going to see again at this photo and you don't exactly remember what lens you used, or what aperture, what ISO, what shutter speed. You want to know this information. Anyways, 10 out of 10 picture. I hate the name and the fact that you don't have metadata. Good job, mate. Oh, there's also one thing. This red thing over here, this black thing over here, and this brown thing over here must be deleted. Other than that, perfect. This one, not so much. Why can I not zoom in anymore? What is this? 300. Nice. This is not the original file, is it, right? That's why I cannot zoom in so much. I can see it's not full resolution over here. That's no way that's the original file. Anyways, the face is properly exposed. The expression is nice. I don't get why everything else is underexposed like that. Like, you have her doing this pose, but we can slightly see the definition over here on the dress. Over here you cannot see it at all, or even on the shoes over here, or the feet. This is blurry as well. This has motion blur. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this picture, to be honest. There's also a little bit of dirt over here on the floor. This is also not the full resolution, but it seems like you did a nice job with the retouching. The lighting on the person is nice, except from the foot and beneath. Yeah, I don't like this part of the image at all. I'm not a huge fan of this photo. I'd much rather look at something like this. Ooh, this one's great. Focus is nailed perfectly. Again, let me see the metadata. I want to see the metadata. Anyways, nice concept. Beautiful editing, nice reds, nice oranges, nice skin tones. Wow. Beautiful. Love this. Love this, mate. Amazing. What is this? This small thing here needs to go. This small thing over here needs to go. Boom, we're ready. Okay, perfect. You have a magazine shot here. This is not good. And here. Let's continue on. No. This is soft. I think it's focused on the background, to be honest. We don't have any metadata, so I cannot judge, to be honest, at all. This is not a nice portrait. At all. The glass is empty. We are using a wide-angle lens. She's looking awkwardly to the left. The scenery is beautiful. If the glass was filled, if the model would lean way more naturally, then this would have been an amazing photo, because I love the dress, I love the location, but that's such an awkward image. The person is so awkward. Go there again and try it out again with this dress, and with way more natural poses. You have this beautiful rocky thing over here which you can use. Anyways, let's continue on. Sadly, this photo has potential, but sadly the model is so awkward. Ooh, like this. I like this one. I love the editing. I love the straight lines. I love the black figure that we get. I love the new look. Please clean up the window a little bit. Like, you can see the dirt over here. And also clean this small piece of dirt, if you have the time. If you don't have the time, it's fine. But it's close to the feet, so I can see it. Nice image, nice edit. Love it. Good job, mate. This one, I don't like it so much. Actually, I hate it. No, I don't hate it. It's all right, but it's not good. It's not good. Maybe you can post this on your story, but other than that, it's not so good. I don't know why you're shooting through this small piece of branches over here. This doesn't add anything to the photo. If this would have been more, then yes, but that's just really annoying at this point. It's more of a distraction rather than an actual element to the photo. Editing is nice, but I really hate these branches, dude. I really hate it. Also, there's so much people over here, so yeah, it's a nice tourist snapshot. It's better than tourist snapshot, to be honest. But I hate this part of the image. These branches here, I hate them. Okay, this is a nice picture of a person feeding the pigeons, I feel like. No, he's smoking. Whoa, wow. Okay. Again, metadata and naming. I'm tired of saying all the time the same thing. Good editing, love it. Exposed really well, maybe even a tiny bit overexposed. Next time when you got a scene like this, get lower to the ground and shoot towards the person, so you make them stand out more to the frame. Maybe you wanted to make him look smaller in the picture because of his situation in terms of everybody else. So I get that. That's a nice thought. Anyways, I like the fact that you have the pigeons in here. The fact that he's smoking is crazy. Nice. I like this so much. And since we're talking about smoking, this one is way, way better. Holy shit, is this a screenshot? Are you kidding me? What do you... I hope these are your photos. Anyways, screenshot. What is this? Did you... I think he screenshotted them from his Instagram and sent it to me. Yeah. Love the shot. Love the edit. Love the moody edit. Really good. This is not so good. First of all, I hate... Again, a screenshot. Oh, this is the same photographer. Guys, please use your metadata. I hate the watermark. It's terrible. Terrible. I don't know what's the reason that this should have been here. You're also not shooting straight in between of these things over here. You can see that this one is slightly to the left, this one is slightly to the left, and this one is slightly to the right of the rest. So yeah, you also have the person over here, so she's a distraction. So this is a really creative frame. I love it, but it's such a bad timing, and you're slightly to the left than what you should have been, because this is not straight. Nice try. Again, I hate this so much, but I like the colors, I like the editing, I like the idea. At the end of the day, it's just a leaf, but I love leaves, I love nature, and I love the colors that you get in this photo. So good job on that one. Again, same thing with the watermark. Also, this time, let me zoom in, please. You have some dust spots over here in your sensor, over here as well. I love the reflection that we get. I love the editing that you made. I would personally prefer if this person would have been in between of this and this. So we have three different reflections. One over here of this red object, one with the person over here, and one with this yellow. But the photo is nice just the way it is. So yeah, good job on that one. I hate your watermark, it's disgusting. Please throw it away. 78. Oh, I think this is the last photo. Wow, we made it to the end. Holy shit. Lines are not straight. Now straight, I think. Maybe not. It's straighter than before anyways, this line from the horizon. I think now it's tilting a little bit to the right, but I digress. I don't like the dark editing at all. I think this needs to be overexposed. I don't like the editing at all in this one. Not at all. Like, I get the idea, I get the mood. It's all right, but I think it's underexposed and it's not fitting the theme all that well. Other than that, I like the photo, to be honest. It's nice framing. You have a little bit of dead space, but that's all right. We have two persons over here on the right, one on this object over here on the left, and this is a bird. Is this not a bird? I'm not so sure. It's more of a distraction, so go away. And over here on the right, I think you have a huge dust spot. I think. I'm not so sure. Yeah, that's just about it. I don't have anything much more to add. You can see that this is way too underexposed. I don't know why you did that. Don't be afraid to up your exposure, you guys. And yeah, this is the end. I'm pretty sure this took way more than what I thought that it would take. I'm sorry about that. All right, you guys. This was the last image. Yeah, this video took way too long. I know, I'm sorry about that, but I had to critique every single one of the pictures and to give proper feedback to the people. Next time that I will do that, if you guys want me to do that again, I will just pick way fewer images. And also, please, next time when I ask you about 2 or 3 photos, send me 2 or 3 photos, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Please stick to the rules. And next time, I will not contain images without metadata because I want to be also able to see the data that you guys are using. So that's just a head up. You guys did an amazing job. It takes really big courage to throw yourself out there and take a harsh critique like that. I'm sorry if I offended any one of you, but you knew what you signed up for. So I'm not sorry at all because I warned you before. Let me know down below if you agree with the things that I said or if you do not agree with the things that I said. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for sticking. Thank you so much for spending some of your valuable time by watching this video. Thank you so much for sending your photos in order for me to critique them. And yeah, that's just about it. See you next time. Take care. Peace.